I was eating dessert last night.
I need help to open this.
I thought you were thought what it was.
This is dessert.
Wait, I really thought it was dessert. Wait, really?
If you say yes.
Now, I'm sure many of you saw the short of my sister and brother-in-law asking me to be godfather to their daughter Cora, especially since it has over 8 million views now. Yes.
Okay.
One of my biggest fears and insecurities in regards to my diagnosis was how my physical limitations was going to impact my relationships. But in particular, the relationships that I have with my godchildren, my nieces, and my nephews. I was just so nervous that they wouldn't understand, and therefore I would just become the creepy old uncle. How would they possibly think that I was fun when I can't run around and play tag, play hide and seek, play a board game, pick them up and take them to go see a movie, go for ice cream? You see, I'm one of 5. I have 3 brothers and a sister, and I have 6 beautiful nieces and nephews. And I have the privilege of being the godfather of 3 incredible godchildren. My cousin Alexandra, who has grown to be such a successful, accomplished young woman. My adorable nephew Leo, who actually just celebrated his 10th birthday on January 27th. And most recently, my beautiful niece, Cora, who celebrated 6 months also on January 27th. Considering the primary function of a godparent is to take over as guardian and caregiver, how can I, as a quadriplegic, ever be expected to care for another individual, let alone a child, when I can barely care for myself? And it's a fair question. I honestly would probably be curious about the very same thing. Because I always grew up with that same understanding, that a godparent is essentially replacing the parents and caring for the individual as best they can. However, over the years living with chronic illness and disability, I have also realized that as a role model and a person of influence, it's about so much more than what we're physically capable of. And those young, impressionable minds are looking for us to guide them and teach them about certain important life values like kindness, understanding, acceptance, and most importantly, empathy. As a motivational speaker who has hosted a number of seminars at various schools and spoken to children of all age groups, I have really realized how important it is that we teach our youth about differences, about disability, about hardship and challenges, and to never ever give up. It means so much to me to have the opportunity to educate and help these young children understand that even with disability, even with everything that I go through, all of the challenges that I face, I am still able to be successful. I'm still able to chase and accomplish my dreams. I'm still able to love and enjoy my life. It also means everything to me that I am creating a movement that my godchildren, my nieces and nephews can all be proud of. They can look at me as an example of someone who fights through adversity and perseveres through anything that life throws at them. If you've made it this far, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you'll stay until the end. I'll never forget playing with my niece when she was about 5 or 6, and she ran away from me. Now at that time, the weakness in my legs had just started. So in my mind, I still very much believed that I could run. So just instinctively, I went to run after her, and I face planted right on the kitchen tile floor. Now, I could have really hurt myself, but for whatever reason, the only thing that I could think about was being so mortified in front of my niece and waiting for her to burst out laughing. And yet, her little sweet face was the first thing I saw when I looked up. And immediately she was like, "Uncle Chris, are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?" She wasn't judging me. On the contrary, she was immediately trying to help me and make sure that I was okay. I was so wrong about everything that I would have needed to be a good godparent, to be a good uncle. They don't need all of those superficial physical capabilities. In fact, they don't need much at all. What they need is attention. They need you to listen and hear them, to understand them, to accept them, to be present, to pass along valuable life lessons and knowledge that I have acquired through my experiences. But most importantly, to just shower them with all the love and affection that I possibly can. And in terms of the things that I'm not physically able to do you know that my 6-year-old nephew saw that I was struggling to use my phone the other day, and he just came right over and helped me to move my hand so that I could use my phone. When I asked my caregiver, Emmanuel, if he could push me forward, my nephew ran up to me, trying to beat Emmanuel to it, trying to push me forward with all of his might. Again, he's just 6 years old. There was a time that I was really nervous about what my disease meant for my relationships. And in a strange way, I am now grateful to my disease for allowing me the opportunity to show my godchildren, my nieces and nephews, what difference is, what disability looks like, to teach them acceptance and understanding, and to show them unconditional love, no matter what it is that we may be facing or going through in life. All of this is not to say that physical needs are not necessary. And fortunately, I come from a very big family. Again, we are all very close. And should, God forbid, anything ever happen to any of the parents of any of my godchildren, there are plenty of people who would be willing to step in and take care of those very physical needs. And as for me, I will continue to guide, teach, and love them as much as possible. I am also really looking forward to connecting with all of the future children and students whom I hope to present to at seminars, at schools in the future. And so if you are interested in seeing one of my seminar presentations, you can check out my seminar video, which can be found in the video section here on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end and watching. My name is Christoph, the quadriplegic Godfather. You can also support me by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, donating to the GoFundMe, and also renting or purchasing my short documentary, It Started with the Heart, a Sugar Beach digital production on Vimeo by DocuMarket. Thank you all so much for all of your support.